All right, so here's the homework video for 2.1, the antiderivative. I'm going to show a few extra steps that if you want to skip, that's fine. Remember, the integral symbol tells us to take the derivative. The dx is like closing the parentheses on the integral symbol. So once you've taken the antiderivative, these two pieces are gone. Much in the same way that if you have the square root of 9, when you write 3, the square root is gone because you did the work. All right, so number 1. I add 1 to the exponent, I divide by the new exponent. I add 1 to the exponent, I divide by the new exponent. And again, the integral of any constant is just that constant times x. Don't forget about plus c. It's the easiest thing to forget. I'll try and remind you when we take quizzes and tests, but again, don't forget the plus c. If you skip that intermediate step and went straight to your final answer, that's fine with me. I'm just trying to show where my values are coming from. So, x cubed, I add 1 to the exponent, I divide by the new exponent. X squared, I add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent. X to the first, add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent. And then, of course, a constant just becomes that constant times x. And once again, don't forget about plus c. And again, if you skip straight to the answer, that's okay. Number 3, not unlike the work we've had to do when we've been dealing with these problems for the derivative, I need to rewrite using my negative fractional exponent. From there, I can add 1 to the exponent. I'm dividing by the new exponent. But if I'm dividing by a fraction, I'm multiplying by its reciprocal. 2 times 3 halves gets me 3. And then, of course, don't forget plus c. Number 8, again, I add 1 to my exponent, divide by the new exponent, add 1 to my exponent, divide by the new exponent, add 1 to my exponent, divide by the new exponent, add 1 to my exponent, divide by that new exponent, and then, of course, any constant, its antiderivative is just that constant times x. And once again, don't forget about plus c. As in the others, if you skip that step in the middle, that's okay. I know a lot of you can do the division quickly in your heads. And then finally, number 6. So we have to take the time to rewrite our square roots and our fractions. So I've done that. I turn 7 over x into negative 7, x to the negative first. The 7th root of x to the 4th becomes x to the 4 sevenths. And then 1 over root x to the 5th becomes x to the negative 5 halves. So as I continue my practice of adding 1 and dividing by the new exponent, we're going to talk about this term in just a second. Add 1, divide by my new exponent, add 1, divide by my new exponent. Again, dividing by a fraction leads to multiplying by its reciprocal. Now, for the negative 7 x to the negative first, if you try to do the anti-power rule and you add 1 to the exponent and divide by that new exponent, you're dividing by 0. Division by 0 is not allowed. So what we've discussed is this should be kind of a red flag and tell you that something unique is happening. Or it goes back to our definition that if we've got a number over x dx, its antiderivative is the numerator in front of the natural log, absolute value of x. And so that is where I got my negative 7 natural log of x. And again, if you skip straight to your final answer, that's all right. We're going to spend more time working with the anti-power rule. Hopefully this is a good start though. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in class.